Men, listen carefully, this one will sting, but it will also free you. You've been told all your life that women want a good man. They say it in church. They say it on social media. They say it when they're crying to their friends about how tired they are of liars and cheaters. But here's the ugly truth. Most women don't really want a good man. They want the exciting one. They want the one who makes their emotions spike, who gives them butterflies, who makes their heart race even if that man is toxic, unreliable, or flat-out destructive. And if you've ever wondered why women friend zone you while chasing after men who treat them like trash, this video is going to unlock the truth. I'm going to break this down into 7 brutally honest points, truth bombs that will change the way you see female behavior forever. Let's get into it. Point 1. Good men are predictable. Exciting men are not. A good man is stable. He's consistent. He calls when he says he'll call. He shows up on time. He treats her with respect. But here's the bitter truth. Predictability is boring to most women. They'll never admit it out loud, but consistency doesn't give them the emotional roller coaster they secretly crave. Think about it. Why do women love bad boys? Why do they keep chasing the guys who disappear for days, then suddenly reappear, like nothing happened? Why do they keep entertaining men who cheat, lie, or flirt with every other woman in the room? It's because unpredictability creates adrenaline. And adrenaline feels like passion. When a woman says, "He just makes me feel alive," what she really means is, "I don't know what he's going to do next, and that excites me." Meanwhile, the good man who works hard, who plans for the future, who offers her stability is overlooked because he doesn't make her ride the emotional highs and lows. This is why the nice guy so often loses. He's too steady, too reliable, too safe. Women claim they want safe, but their actions prove they chase chaos. The good man texts, "I hope you made it home safe." The exciting man texts, "Come over at 2 a.m." And guess which one she runs to? That's the reality men need to face. Point 2. Women confuse drama with passion. Let's be real. A lot of women don't know the difference between love and chaos. They've been conditioned by movies, by music, by social media to believe that real passion is supposed to feel like drama. If there aren't arguments, tears, jealousy, or emotional fireworks, they start to think something is wrong. So, when a good man enters her life calm, centered, not playing games, she says things like, "He's nice, but I just don't feel a spark." You've probably heard that line before. What she really means is, "He doesn't give me chaos. He doesn't give me emotional turbulence. He doesn't trigger my insecurities enough to make me chase." Meanwhile, the exciting man is blowing up her phone one day and ghosting her the next. He's making her cry, making her jealous, keeping her guessing. And in her mind, that emotional chaos equals passion. I've seen men get dumped after giving a woman everything she said she wanted, only to watch her go back to the man who cheated on her. Why? Because chaos feels addictive. It activates the same dopamine cycles in the brain that gambling does. She's pulling the lever, hoping this time he'll stay, this time he'll choose her, this time he'll change. That uncertainty becomes intoxicating. The truth is, many women are not addicted to love. They're addicted to drama disguised as love. And until you understand that, you'll keep breaking your back trying to be the good man when what she actually craves is the thrill of dysfunction. Point 3. The friend zone isn't about goodness, it's about excitement. Every man watching this has probably heard the dreaded words, "You're such a good guy, but I see you as a friend." That's the knife in the chest for men who've done nothing but treat her with kindness and respect. But here's the reality. When she says friend, she's really saying you don't excite me. The friend zone has nothing to do with you being too good, too nice, or too respectful. It has everything to do with her lack of emotional intensity around you. You don't make her feel anxious, jealous, or unstable, and so she boxes you in as safe but not desirable. Think about how many times you've seen a woman cry over the guy who ignores her, while she laughs comfortably with the guy who listens, cares, and is always there. She enjoys the comfort of the good man's presence, but she gives her body, her passion, her energy to the man who makes her feel unsettled. It's not fair. It's not logical. But it's the truth. Women claim they want love, but often, what they really want is emotional stimulation. And the sad reality is, the men who provide that stimulation are usually the least capable of providing lasting love. So when you're friend-zoned, understand it's not about your worth as a man. It's about her addiction to excitement, and no amount of kindness or being there for her will change that. Point 4. Women equate high standards with hypergamy. You often hear women say, "I just have high standards." But let's decode that for what it really means. When a woman says high standards, she's not talking about loyalty, kindness, or long-term compatibility. She's usually talking about status, lifestyle, and emotional impact. A good man who makes $50,000 a year, loves her deeply, and treats her well might be rejected. Meanwhile, the man who makes her feel butterflies because he has status, charisma, or the power to walk away becomes irresistible, even if he's unreliable. That's hypergamy at work, the natural pull women feel to trade up to the man who appears more dominant, more powerful, or more socially valuable. This is why so many women chase the top 10% of men while ignoring the rest. Not that the other 90% aren't good men, it's that they don't meet her criteria for excitement and status combined. So when women cry out, "Where are the good men?" the truth is they're everywhere, but she doesn't see them because her hypergamous instincts keep pulling her toward the exciting, high-status men who treat her like an option. And here's the brutal reality. She doesn't actually want all men to be good. She wants the one she finds exciting to also treat her well. But until that happens, she'll keep rejecting good men while pretending they don't exist. Point 5. Women chase validation over stability. One of the biggest truths men need to accept is this: most women would rather feel validated than secure. That's why they'll pick the man who posts her on Instagram, shows her off in the club, or makes her feel wanted in the moment over the man who quietly builds a life for her behind the scenes. The good man gives stability. He says, "I'm here for you, I'll protect you, I'll provide for you." But here's the problem: stability is invisible. It doesn't get likes. It doesn't make her friends jealous. It doesn't flood her with dopamine. But the exciting man, he keeps her guessing, makes her chase, makes her compete with other women. That competition becomes her validation. Look at how many women proudly admit, "I know he's no good for me, but I can't help it." That's not love, it's validation addiction. She gets a hit of worth every time he picks her over someone else. She feels powerful when she can tame him for a night, even if tomorrow he goes right back to his old ways. The truth is, many women don't want love, they want the feeling of being chosen in a competitive game. And that's why the good man, who chooses her fully and without games, gets rejected. He gives her everything she says she wants, but without the thrill. Point 6. Excitement masks accountability. Here's something bitter but true: women use excitement as a way to dodge accountability. When a man is exciting, chaotic, or toxic, she always has an excuse. "I know he's not perfect, but we just have this chemistry. I can't explain it, but I feel something with him. He just gets me." What she's really saying is, his chaos gives me cover for my own poor choices. As long as she's caught up in his whirlwind, she doesn't have to face the fact that she's sabotaging herself. She can keep blaming the man instead of admitting she picked him. But when she's with a good man, there's no excuse. If it fails, she has to admit it's her fault. And most women would rather protect their ego than protect their future. That's why they cling to the man who keeps them on edge, because it's easier to play the victim of his chaos than to take responsibility for rejecting stability. Think about it. How many women do you know who stayed with a toxic man for years, even while admitting he wasn't good for them? And how many of those same women pushed away the man who would have loved them right? That's not accident, it's accountability avoidance. Point 7. Regret comes too late. Here's the most brutal truth of them all. Women don't realize what they threw away until it's too late. When they're young with options, they chase excitement. They pass up good men left and right, convinced they'll always have another chance. But as time passes, the men they once rejected build lives, build families, build empires. And when she finally looks around, all that's left are the men she once thought were beneath her, or the players who will never commit. That's when you start hearing the famous phrase, "Where are the good men?" Translation: where are the good men who still want me after I've wasted years on men who never did? By then, the damage is done. She has stories but no stability, memories but no legacy, attention but no commitment. And the very men she ignored now see her for what she is, someone who didn't value them when she had the chance. This is why men need to stop chasing validation from women who overlook them. Stop begging to be chosen. The truth is, you were good enough all along. She just couldn't see it because she was blinded by the thrill of dysfunction. Let her regret it later. You keep building, you keep growing, and when she finally cries out, "Where are the good men?" remember, you were one of them. She just didn't choose you. Men, if this truth hit you, don't just keep it to yourself. There are too many brothers, too many sons, too many men out here losing themselves trying to be the good man for women who only want the exciting one. So here's what you do: subscribe, like, comment, and share this with brothers, sons who need this truth, because if men don't start waking up, they'll keep getting played by women who never deserved them in the first place.